going in the esports? Oh. Should we actually go in the esports? Oh yeah.
If you don't think this is a real sport, go play a real sport. But
Okay.
Welcome to Nights with SPARTIE-Lab, a podcast about interactive media and technology at MSU.
What's up, guys? So we're starting a new kind of thing going on in SPARTIE-Lab's department, a little podcast just to chat about what's going on. You know, it's the ComArtSci building. I feel like there's a lot to explore here. My name is Tyler Marks. Who are you?
My name is Langston Key, and we're here to bring you some interesting content, I hope.
The other day, I was walking around the ComArtSci building, and I saw a new interesting facility called the E-Sports facility. What is that about? I had so many questions. I talked to the guy about it. I figured out what it's about, so now I'm going to tell you guys. But before we do that, let's give a little bit of information about ourselves. You know?
Okay.
Like I already told you guys, I'm Tyler. You know, I go here to Michigan State, of course. You know, not to brag. Anyway, I'm in the information science major. I also minor in musical theater, and I love this building. I think it's really interesting, and I just want to talk about it a little bit.
My name is Langston Key, as I've already said, and I'm a games and interactive media major here. Yeah, I'm excited to explore the ComArtSci building. I noticed that room too, and I just don't know much about it yet. But I'm excited to explore the topic.
As a gamer myself, you know, obviously I'm interested in it. I see that room, the esports room. It's, if you're not familiar with the ComArtSci building, it's downstairs to the, oh man, I don't even know
I think south.
Well,
because the river is that way.
From my understanding, it was made for we have a sports team. Esports team, thank you. And so they're really good. They are really good. You can actually get a scholarship going here for 3 games. The first one is SMASHBROS. Second one is Rocket League, and what's the third one again?
I think Valorant. I'm not 100% sure, but I heard they actually won something recently in Hawaii, I think.
Really? I didn't know that.
Super sick, yeah.
That's pretty cool. So they're basically, the facility was made for them. They're kind of like supposed to come over here, you know, play a couple games, you know, get good. It's kind of like a locker room or a playing field, like the Harvard football team has one. As of now, they're also building another one. I don't know if it's going to be in the ComArtSci building. I think it's going to be somewhere nearby, but they're building a really big one. That one's going to be for like the whole esports team, because if you see the room, it's not big enough for a whole esports team, not at all. I think they're building one for that, and then once that happens, we as students will be able to go in there, rent out a computer, and play games whenever we want.
That sounds pretty awesome to me.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna hear a lot of raging in that room, but I think it's soundproof from what I understand.
Yeah, that's a good thing too. Yeah.
Now, onto the interview segment of our podcast.
Oh my goodness! Hello.
Hello.
Would you like to be interviewed?
Sure.
All right, I have to ask you a couple questions. What's your name?
Kaylin.
My name's Michaela.
Josie.
Do you think esports are real sports?
It's a good question. I mean, as somebody who plays a lot of competitive racing games with a simulator, I say that is more of a real sport. It depends on your definition, of course. Like, some people define sports as physical exertion, and like that's kind of where I get into that simulator stuff. But
I think the term sports just in general is like kind of mislabeling for a lot of things, but I do think it is a professional like competition. I do think that it is in the same way that professional sports are sports, like on that level.
Yeah, I would say that they would technically be sports in my eye. There's nothing really different about them other than that you're competing with a different body part as the main source of the action rather than anything that's like your arms or your legs. It's just your hands and your brain.
I'd say that's something more like Valorant and shooter games. It's a harder buy-in for me to call that a sport.
Okay, all right, good answers. Now, last question: PC, console, or VR?
PC or console?
I'm mostly a PC guy, but I often have my VR headset plugged into the PC, so maybe a little conversions there.
I think VR can really have something going for it. It would be exciting to see more with that.
Okay, all right. We appreciate your answers. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Then the guys headed downstairs to see if we could ask these controversial questions to the pros.
I'm Dmitry Deliski, and I'm the chair of one of the departments in the college.
All right.
My name is John O'Eden. I'm the esports broadcast and content coordinator.
All right.
And I'm Bernd Jacobus, and I just arrived on Friday from Germany, and I'm a new faculty member.
What do you say to people who don't think esports are a real sport?
That's a complicated question, I would say. But if you don't think this is a real sport, go play a real sport. But if you like it as a sport, here we go.
It's boils down to what makes a sport, right? The biggest thing for our players, we're building that communication, we're building that teamwork, we're building those same foundational structures. Like, why do schools have sports? If the schools didn't have sports to start with, what would be the kind of arguments that they make to get them implemented? Well, you can use every single one of those exact same arguments, except for physical fitness, right? For esports, the same way. So you get the competition, and the biggest thing is 85% of high schoolers who are playing on esports teams in the state of Michigan do not play any other sports. So we're reaching a group of students that aren't being reached anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it says of sports, it's a tournament, it's a competition, and you meet people you would otherwise probably never met. So all these aspects are covered by esports as by traditional sports. So
one more thing I would tell them also is if chess is a sport, this is also a sport.
PC, console, or VR?
I'm a PC guy.
Big PC gamer. I've got a nice rig out.
PC, all right.
yeah, only PC gamer.
PC, all right. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for answering the questions.
Thank you.
Needless to say, we had a blast interviewing the people of ComArtSci, and us who did not know much about esports gained a little bit of knowledge from the pros.
We did that.
Oh, shoot, I stopped. No.
I'm a Smash fan myself, and if there's any esport that I can speak to the most, it would probably be SMASHBROS, because I've been playing semi-competitively or known about the scene at least since Brawl.
Okay.
And I go to the tournaments every Friday, even though I'm not up on that upper echelon of esports players that would be using the lab. It's still a blast, and I really like the community.
Who do you play?
I play Inkling in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and then Marth in Melee.
I cannot remember who Marth was. Oh my god.
He's the Fire Emblem character. He has like blue hair with a sword, and
I usually play. Don't hate me. I usually play Kirby. I love Kirby.
Kirby's a classic. I feel like everyone plays Kirby who's kind of like, not in the competitive scene, but like Smash. That's like the most common thing.
Trying to say I'm not good.
No. I'm not saying you're not good. All I'm saying is if we played right now, someone would be in tears, and it's not me.
I get it wouldn't be me either, because I play Kirby and then I switch over to Cloud.
Okay.
And I know that.
Oh.
It's low-key reminds me of Trunks from Dragon Ball Z, but anyway, no, yeah, I'm a kind of a Cloud player. But no, that esports room, honestly, I think it's really cool to get like students. Because, I mean, now I have a reason. Oh, not now I have a reason. It's obviously class.
Right.
But now I have, like, a bigger reason to come to this building, because it's nice to be able to, it's a building that has a major of games and interactive media. And you're telling me the only games you have are these retro, like, Pac-Man style games. It's kind of nice.
They're classics, though.
They're classics,
They're
but,
great.
like...
More people should play them. But I see what you mean, though. Yeah.
That's fair. More people should play the classics. You have to understand the classics to appreciate the new stuff.
I agree.
But I think it's really nice that I can come in here, I can play the game, I can call my friends over, especially people who think about people who don't have access to that. Like, I don't have a PC, so I've never played Valorant. I've played Smash Bros. I played Rocket League. Yeah. But I have a PlayStation 5, so I kind of stick with what's in that niche, and there's not a lot of games there, but that's kind of cool. It gives this building more life. What about Rocket League? You're a Rocket League fan?
Rocket League, I have played Rocket League, not nearly as much as Smash Bros, and I don't know much about the competitive scene in terms of much nuance about it, but I love Rocket League. It's really fun to play, and honestly, it's really fun to watch too. As far as like a spectator sport, it's just really cool to see someone with that skill zoom across the field or do a crazy hit the ball from up top into the goal. Yeah, some air juggling and stuff. So yeah.
I'd say I played Rocket League during COVID times, and in my understanding, I got really good at it. Yeah. But really good has because I didn't even know you could fly, and so I was good at it. Like for for what I could do, I was
Right.
good at it.
Yeah.
And then I think I played the ranked mode, and I did good in 3 matches, so they moved me up to some guy just.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I quit.
It's over.
Yeah, these people are absolutely like insane at what
Right.
they do. Let me give you a little story real quick.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I work at Best Buy, and normally when I walk around there, I talk to a lot of parents because I work in the gaming department, computers, TVs, whatever, and I hear a lot of parents talk about, oh yeah, my son's streaming, and I will be honest, there are a lot of very supportive parents, but there are also some parents that are like, they're not gonna make any money off that. And it's nice that the school is giving appreciation to the people that are they're dedicated to doing it, and they give them an outlet to actually be good at it.
Yeah.
Without making technology a big factor.
Right.
in that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The one thing that I am a little confused or concerned about is I'm not a computer mouse player, keyboard mouse player. I'm a controller player. I want them to let me bring my controller in because I just cannot get the hang of, honestly.
No. If you're playing Valorant, you got to use keyboard mouse.
Nope.
You got to use keyboard mouse.
I promise you. I've played Apex, and I've gotten to now. That's a game. I call up anybody. I'll play you in. I'm top 17%.
My roommate would beat you.
No, you're not.
I'm not even kidding. He's good.
I promise
He's
you,
really
would.
good.
I am literally the top 17% in the world on PlayStation.
Okay,
5.
I'll ask him.
Go ahead.
If he can beat you.
Go ahead. Sometimes, if you play on a PlayStation or an Xbox, you have a controller. People who play on PC. Anyway, people who play on PC, I'm not a big fan of PC players. But anyway.
Okay, wait. Why is that? Why
Because
are you not a big
they're
fan of PC players?
I think they're mean.
Okay.
Because every single time I talk about the way I play on controller. So PC players, they have a key and mouse, mouse and keyboard.
Right.
And so they're playing the good thing about them is that when they aim, it's almost very accurate to where your hand is, almost identical to where your hand is.
Right.
So when you're playing on a controller, to help with that, when you're using a joystick, they have something called aim assist.
Right.
Everybody always gets on me, oh, you have aim assist, I literally can't aim like you if I don't have aim assist. So that's why I'm not the biggest fan of keyboard.
That's fair. I was actually going to bring up that whole aim assist thing as well, but I don't think PC players should be as gripey about the way people play the game, but because my roommate, he plays on his laptop but with a controller.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah,
there you go.
I will say, as you get better, your controller, you have to add those they call them pro controllers, which basically, if you have a regular controller, it adds little joysticks on the bottom, like where your I don't know what finger this is, ring finger, where your ring finger is, so it makes it a little bit easier to shoot.
Really? I did not know that, actually. I'll have to check that out.
My cousin has one. I don't know why. He's not that good. But it's I will say it does definitely improve your game.
So how does it help exactly? Because you have like one to move and one to aim, right? So what do the bottom ones do?
Oh, yeah. So let's say you're trying to slide or you're trying to... one thing that people do when they're playing a first-person shooter game is if I'm looking straight at you and I have a gun, if we're shooting at each other, one thing they'll do is they'll duck and stand up so that your bullets start to miss.
Right.
When you do that on controller, oh, there's a controller right there. Wait. Basically, if I'm playing on controller, I'm shooting, I kind of have to press this every single time to duck and shoot at the same time. Some people, it's a little bit easier to have a button here because it's really sensitive. So if I just press it a couple times while I'm shooting, it makes it so much easier to go down and forth really fast. PC players have the very, very unique thing of being able to move really fast. You guys can move quick.
Really? What's the difference? I didn't know there was like a...
Oh, yeah. You can change the sensitivity on the controller, but if you look at
you mean like a flick shot, like moving your head? Oh, okay, yeah.
With the PlayStation 5, I can only move the fastest game, I think, on Apex, the fastest I can move is maybe 120 hertz. I don't even think it came out yet. But on a PC, you guys are moving 265. Most professionals, at least where I play a master level, you guys are moving at 265. So you're moving a lot faster than me. You get everything faster. So that kind of helps me as a PlayStation controller to keep up, or as a PlayStation player.
As a gamer, I want to learn all the kinds of controllers and bring us in unity with each other.
Don't listen to me.
Console and PC players alike, all holding hands in harmony.
Nah, we're good. I will say this. I do have respect for my PC players. I have respect for my
What about the Switch players?
Switch players, of course, you guys are just here. No offense, you guys are just here for fun. Because that's another thing that's huge. Console, Switch, and PC. You have all these three things. Because, Xbox and PlayStation are basically the same when it comes to most things.
Okay.
I think it sucks that all three of them, you can't really cross-play equally. There's like a little gap. Like I just told you with the aim assist and the frame rate going from PC to console. But then when you go to Switch to PC, there's a way bigger gap.
Yeah.
I think you guys get like 30 frames.
Yeah, no, Switch is a much lower end console, or in terms of frame rate. But I feel like there's something to be said for like not eking out every frame just to get better at a game and just kind of enjoying hanging out with your friends at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like if the reason you play Apex is to make money, then maybe you're playing it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? But
money's helpful, but no, I see your point.
Like I even if there was no money on the line, at the end of the day, they'd still play it for the community and the challenge and 100%. Stuff like that. You know what I mean? 100%. So yeah. I mean, frame rate obviously matters to a lot of people, and it's important to enjoyment. But I just think that's an interesting counter argument to making every game an esport.
I agree that some game, when you said that, Smash Bros was an interesting one that they made an esport, but I feel like that's a good one because it's a game that everyone even if you're not a gamer, right. Smash Bros. You at least played it with your siblings, and if you didn't have any siblings, you played it with a friend. Most people, not everybody, but most people.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a good one to kind of have in that field because it is enjoyable to watch. It is.
Melee is. I think high level Ultimate is not the most fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just slow. It's just really slow.
Interesting.
But I will say, and I can honestly see more than ever both sides of the argument because the creator of the game, I don't know if you know this, but Sakurai, he's not a big fan of the competitive scene.
Interesting.
Because
I didn't know this. Yeah.
Kind of what he wanted and what he really did with the game is make it, like you said, like how in Rocket League you thought you were good before you went on ranked. He wanted people to feel like they were great, among their friend group. But and that would mean everyone got to feel like they're awesome in their own friend group. But then when it went online and everyone's playing ranked, you're like, oh man, I'm actually bad, even though I've been playing this game forever. So I think it's an interesting thing, but also, I mean, you're never gonna catch me dogging on the competitive community in Smash because I love that, and especially Melee is so fun to watch, and the amount of like high level thinking that goes into it, it's like chess and real time, the amount of different decisions they have to make.
That's fair.
It's just really fun. I can see the different sides to that for sure. Yeah,
I would say that's something like you just said, like how much brain power it takes, how much strategy a game takes. I'm really happy that esports is getting like an athletic representation.
Yeah.
Like you can get a full ride scholarship to Michigan State doing esports. You can be known, you can get gear, you get your own locker room. Like that is so much that I wish I would have been playing Smash Bros a little bit more. But man, you know what? But when you also mentioned the Smash Bros, how people want it to be good by themselves.
Right.
Mario Kart is one of those games.
Yeah, also one of those games for sure. Yeah.
I'm good by myself, but the second you go into like those online servers, you see these people like, geez, man, you have so many hours on this game, and they know all the shortcuts.
Yeah.
They know all the how to get the weapons quicker. I like just playing with my community. In my community of people, I'm like
exactly, yeah.
Mario Kart, I'm number 1. Smash Bros, I'm like number 4. I'll be honest, I'm not the best at Smash Bros.
Yeah, that's fair. Sports, got to give it some claps for sure.
You guys get your representation.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Yeah, thank you for joining us for our first episode. We'll try to get these a little bit more frequent. We'll also get a little bit of a better camera. But thank you guys for joining us, and we'll catch you next time on the SPARTIE-Lab podcast.
See you.
If you've made it this far, thank you for supporting the Social and Psychological Approaches to Research on Technology Interaction Effects Lab. Please like and subscribe, support us on social media, as well as check out our website and our studies and our facilities for more information.